Om Saram friends, this is Venkat for Sasai.com. This is AI generated image of Saibaba. Anyway, having said that, now I want to speak about what does a Shirdi Saibaba temple stand for. What is the purpose of a Saibaba temple? Many people would have heard, you would have heard people saying that, he built a Saibaba temple. They have converted their house as a Saibaba temple. He's a good person. He built a Saibaba temple. Of course, I believe that Saibaba temple is very, very important. The presence of Sai Baba temple, for example, I regularly visit a Shirdi Sai Baba temple here in Coimbatore, a very famous one, and I know I have experienced it. The temple is a part of myself. What I am today is because of the temple. I could, to an extent, I can even say that. But having said that, what is the purpose of a Sai Baba temple is the question here. The purpose is very simple. It will give you not that you are going there to pray and worship Baba. Of course, that is the main goal of the temple. You go and you experience Sai. There is a Sai Baba statue. There are photographs. Priest will be doing puja or abhishekam, the holy bath for Sai Baba. They will sing arti. So it's a kind of a place where many Sai Baba devotees can experience the same uh, thing being done over there, so that everyone will have a uh, different experience there. But everyone has different way of experiencing devotion, experiencing sai. Some people will be there in temple, but their mind will be somewhere else. In a way, I have been benefited by several Sai Baba temples. One of them being the Sai Baba temple here in Coimbatore. I don't want to name the temple here anyway. The problem is yesterday when I went to temple, it was around 7:45 in the evening. It was Thursday. 1,000 people will be there in the temple at that point of time. It happened somewhere in the pathway inside the temple campus, near the car parking. An auto came and stopped, and two elderly couples. They were very, very. Both of them were very, very poor. They should be around 60, 65 of age. And one of this lady who's a servant, a servant maid in the Sai Baba temple, who's there for several years, she was arguing with them, the elderly couple. She was telling them, the auto wala has dropped the elderly couple from the railway station. So these two couple, it seems, this is what I understood. Their son and daughter have not taken care of these elderly people. They are poor mother and father, and they have traveled in train and they reached Coimbatore railway station. From the Coimbatore railway station, they have told the auto guy, "You drop us in any temple so that we can live there, or we can have some food there, or we can, survive there." Right? They want a place to live. So here the Ottoman he would have assumed that this is a temple where they give food. So let us drop them there. But unfortunately, it would have been better if he had dropped them in the entrance of a temple. But because he dropped them inside the temple campus itself, the the servant maid and another admin staff, they all gathered, and their only intention, they did not let them to be there even for 5 minutes. And this is what I saw. I'm just entering the temple and I saw this, which is like the old man, the husband. He's very, very poor, like, dirty dress. He's having white beard, and the poor woman, his wife, wearing a very old, very dirty sari. But unfortunately, she's shouting, she's in pain, saying that I have leg pain. Someone, if you want us to leave, we will leave, but someone carry me and put me inside the auto. So that is what she is telling. And everyone were not so comfortable in touching that poor lady. And I was ready. I just lifted my sleeve and I was ready, because I was just looking at what is happening. I trying to digest what is happening, because all these things that I'm saying happen in few seconds. And I inquired that old man, I'm trying to understand his story. I asked him, "Where are you from?" You when see, you don't. I understand, as a temple, you cannot give accommodation. This is not elder care home. This is not orphanage for elderly. I understand you have all rights to say that we cannot keep you here, but at least treat them with some love and respect. Uh, you see, that is what I expected from them, but which did not happen. And so what happened was, like, I was just blinking and standing there, and I thought, okay, uh, I asked that old man, where I'm trying to understand his story, but he didn't want to say. He was just looking at me, and And meanwhile, everyone wanted to were telling me, first let them go outside the temple, let the Ottoman take them back. And I gave 500 rupees. I understood that I cannot do much. After my father passed away, I cannot commit myself to do more than this. So I gave 500 rupees to the old man, so that I thought, okay, he will use it for some purpose. Then I went. Then by meanwhile, someone carried the old lady and kept her inside the auto. And the auto man was about to turn. So I asked him, "Who's going to pay you?" He said, "These old people only pay me. They agreed to pay me." So again, I gave another 500 rupees to this old lady. So this is what happened. But think about how inhuman and how what those elderly people would have thought. Um, Even if they were allowed to be there for another 10 minutes, I would have surely, spoken to my friends, and I have arranged at least another 2,000, 3,000 rupees for them. Or, there are some good devotees. They would have arranged, they would have been happy to give some money, because there was a very poor, woman standing near me, seeing me give 500 rupees. He gave 50 rupees to the old man. So you can at least, I understand you cannot give them accommodation, but at least you could have helped them. But nothing happened. Even the admin people, they were just, wanted them to leave the place, and they left. But I was in the temple for another 1 or 2 hours as usual, and I was staring at Sai Baba, and I asked him, what is the purpose of a temple? Of course, the same temple has given me food like prasad for several years. I have went there for time pass. You can say I used to do some little seva there, not much. I've experienced the Sai Baba there. I see it as a school. Sai Baba has shown me the same temple as a school in dreams on several occasions. Having said that, the same day being a Thursday, at least 1,000 people would have had, less than 500 to 1,000 people would have had Annadanda, the sacred prasad. They were already giving that prasad. These were two old couples. They at least this servant maid would have given them some food and sent them away. See, we all go to the temple, we have prasad and eat, but we have food, all the food available in home, we can have in hotels, whatever it is. But the real hungry people were these two people who came to the temple. You cannot give them accommodation. At least nobody thought about giving them some food. The food was actually there in Sahova temple, which nobody wanted to give. Nobody cared, People wanted to get rid of problems in this country, which is why I'm questioning you. Let's imagine that you are assuming that building a Shirdi Saibaba temple is important in life. Let's say you have lots of money and you want to do that. Of course, you can build. Nothing wrong in that. Temple will have some limitations. It can do only so much to a society. The purpose of a temple is some puja will happen, some rituals will happen, and you can go. You can feel peace. You can meditate. You can go with your family, or you can go alone. You can think, and you can time pass and you can come, or it could even be a picnic spot. That is the purpose of a temple. Baba is there, true, but he cannot go beyond that. A temple cannot go beyond that. Yes, especially even if you take Shirdi for that example, can it act like a, do they have a separate arm where they, take care of all this, elderly people whose son and daughter are not taking care of them? No. Eventually, I live in Coimbatore, so Coimbatore has become an elder care destination. Lots of commercial startups coming up, taking care of parents, all those stuff. Unfortunately, from this incident, I've learned two things. One is, if you are a Sai devotee, remember one thing: taking care of your parents is important. Taking care of yourself is important, which is like try to do retirement planning early in your life. That is a practical message. And subconsciously, what you have to think here is, a Sai Baba temple is only a Sai Baba temple. It is not, oh, you are building a Sai Baba temple. It cannot solve all the problems in life. There are some institutions who they run orphanage, who are doing some seva. That is also important in the society. There are some schools offering affordable education. They are also serving the society. And here I come back to another thought process, whether being religious and being a Sai devotee itself is important or not. Sometimes You don't even have to be a Sai devotee. You don't even have to be religious. That is your personal, preference. If you are a good human being, that is more than enough. If you have a good nature, if you have a good character, that is more than enough. That is what I want to express. For example, I will never call myself as very good or nice or perfect human being. One thing I can say is that Baba has kept him within his circle and taken care of me. That is what I can say. So there is no conclusion to this talk. Saiva temple's purpose also has some limitations, and every other thing in life is important. So remember one thing: good education is important. Educational institutes is important. Orphanage is important. Elder care home is important. Uh, uh, you know, Everything has its own purpose in this world, and so I believe Sai himself will agree with me in this when I say this. It is not important to donate only to Sai Baba temple. Find out all other places where your money will be spent wisely and for people who really are in need of that food or whatever. Om Sai Ram. This is Venkat for Sasa.com.